Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Norn9 VAR Commons. We are on Natsuhiko's 4th video, and he finally showed up in the last episode. Yay, it's about time. And we have been pushed aboard his ship by Ron. And at the moment, Natsuhiko is not being very hospitable, but hopefully he'll come around pretty soon. We'll see how long it takes him to start being nice. Let's see if we can get him to lighten up here a little soon. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Just a dream about that day again. Again? Does that mean she's been here for a while now and she's had that dream a couple times? Jeez, could this get any worse? Days had passed after that barbarian captured me. Whenever I tried to sleep, nightmares woke me. I could not sleep. I could barely eat. I knew I could not let things keep going this way, but I could not get my body to listen. Curse you, Ron. Next time I see you, I swear you will regret what you did to me. Since the day of my capture, I had not once left this room. Scanning the room, I could see a variety of strange devices lining the shelves. I will admit to being mildly curious about them, but I could not be sure they would not explode in my hands, so I refrained from touching them. They must all belong to that brute. I wonder, is he the one Ron called Natsuhiko? The barbarian in the white coat, my captor. Thinking about it, he never mentioned his name. Not that I would do him the courtesy of using it even if I did know. Arrogant, blunt, and utterly insufferable, he waved his gun in my face at the slightest excuse. I had never met a man like him before in my life. Sakuya, my childhood friend, was pleasant, polite, and courteous. He would never act like this boor. His company at least I enjoyed. Of course, Sakuya is the only man I have ever spent much time with, so I could not say for sure what usual behavior for a man was. I did not take much time to get to know the boys aboard the ship either. Well, okay, it is more that I took care to avoid them, honestly. Ron said that this Natsuhiko person is a sadist. I wonder what that word means. She doesn't know what sadist means. Come on, I mean there's naive, and then there's just... Oh, that looks like a dictionary. How convenient. I doubt that this will explode in my hands. Maybe... sadist, here it is. A person who derives pleasure and gratification from inflicting pain and or humiliation upon others. One who enjoys being cruel.
Well, does it hurt? Have I humiliated you yet? Yes, that's it. Suffer. Writhe in pain at my hands. Your screams are like the sweetest music to my ears. I'm coming in.
It's just so funny, her imagining him saying things and doing things.
What was with that squeak?
Scream? No, I did not just scream right now. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Who said anything about a scream? Sit. I bought you food.
A bowl of rice porridge was set in front of me. The mild scent of rice wafted to my nose, riding the wisps of steam that rose from the bowl.
Eat.
I turned away from him, saying nothing.
Gutsy, considering that I hold your life in my hands.
How many times is he going to say that? How could I possibly trust anything you prepare? Just looking at it makes me lose my appetite.
Whether or not you trust me, refusing to eat is definitely going to kill you. I might as well play the odds and eat something.
Shut up and go away, you barbarian! You are planning on killing all the Espers anyway, correct? Then why not simply leave me be? Sit there and watch me starve to death.
I told you I would allow you to live if you obeyed me. Should I take your decision to starve as an answer to that proposition?
Why should I obey some brute who admits that he wishes to kill my friends? Oh, though if I am a bother to you, I will gladly make it worse. He moved. I reflexively crouched into a defensive stance. What? Going to threaten me with your gun again? I can still use my barrier powers, so your little threats are meaningless to me. But he didn't pull out a gun. Instead, he picked up a spoon. Moving slowly, he dipped it into the bowl of porridge, and lifted a healthy spoonful of it. Still moving slowly, he put it in his own mouth.
There, I tested it for you. Are you satisfied now? Open your mouth.
Dipping the same spoon back into the porridge, he scooped up some more and held it out to me. No way! I'm not going to put my mouth on a utensil that you just used.
I could feed you mouth to mouth if you prefer it that way.
Mouth?
I'll be generous and give you a choice.
He expects me to pick either of those. Let's see. We're actually supposed to say mouth to mouth, which is really surprising. Oh, maybe she thinks he wouldn't actually do it. Mouth to mouth, then. Do it if you dare.
What?
Try anything fresh with me, and I will bite your barbaric tongue clean off. He likes it. Oh!
It seems that the Guardian counts taunting men as a hobby of hers.
He loomed over me, bringing his face to mine. He looked into my eyes, and I knew he saw me. I knew he saw that he had shaken me hard, my face nearly betraying the pathetic fear I felt. But he looked so sexy, he doesn't look angry. How could you be scared of that? I tried hard to maintain my composure, but he was so close I could scarcely breathe. I froze, unable to even blink.
Well, aren't you going to bite my tongue off?
He smirked. I knew he was mocking me, but I couldn't find the strength to respond.
I know what kind of woman you are. You pretend that you're strong and brave, but... A barrier? Stop causing me trouble. I'm not going to put up with this nonsense every time I try to feed you. Next time I will not be so kind. You may have your barriers, but I know they are affected by your mental state. Keep starving yourself, and you'll make it that much easier for me to kill you later. I do not intend to force you to kill the other espers. If you wish to die, you can still easily do so after you hear what I had to say.
Really? Well, spit it out then. Tell me what it is you want to say.
Talking to someone who's too starved to listen is a waste of effort.
Would you get off your high horse and stop trying to smugly lecture me? But I do know that I have gotten much weaker since I got here. I cannot afford to put up a stubborn front for much longer.
You start eating and I'll start talking.
What is it he wants me to do? I do not know why, but he is after the lives of all the espers. I thought he had perhaps intended to make me kill them for him. But he said he would not force me to do that, so he must have some other purpose in mind for me then. My power is to create barriers. Does he intend to have me protect something for him?
Quit dithering and eat.
I am. Stop rushing me. Cold porridge is so disgusting, it is hard to force it down.
Disgusting.
I did not mean disgusting in that way. It is, why is she being like this right now? He did go to the trouble of making it for me. It would be rude to insult it. Now she cares about his feelings about his cooking, but that doesn't make any sense. But I am in no mood to apologize to him. If not for this brute, I would not even be here. I just prefer my porridge to be piping hot. Hot enough to scald my tongue. There, I ate it. Now, what is it you mean to have me do?
There is a certain man I wish to kill.
I am no murderer.
True, you haven't the guts for it.
Killing a person is not a matter of guts. This is someone's life we're talking about.
You are right about that.
He suddenly drew his gun out, looking at it.
Guns did not exist in our world until recently. But now that they do, they're quickly being adopted by most countries.
You are not the only person who owns one. Putting the gun down, the barbarian reached out and began fiddling with another device. The size is different, but this looks like something we had on the ship. It is that odd board with the moving pictures. What is this?
War.
What is war? I was familiar with the concept of war, massive armed conflict between multiple nations. But the last time anything like that had happened was centuries and centuries ago. These days, we have the world to prevent anything like that from ever happening again.
This is the work of a certain scientist. Well, I guess he is no longer a scientist. I should call him a weapons broker instead. He has sold weapons to countries all over the globe. As a result, armed conflicts are starting to break out. They're small now, but one day...
But why? Why do something like that? Everyone knows that nothing good ever comes of war. How could anyone even think of doing such a thing?
He's trying to recreate the disaster of 2056.
For a moment, I thought I had misheard something. 2056? It was only the year 1919. How could he possibly know what would happen over a century in the future? How can anything in the year 2056 happen again? That is nearly 150 years in the future. Even Sorata said the year he came from was only 2015.
Sorata? You mean Sorata Suzuhara?
You know of Sorata?
He's the child you found, correct? Ron sent me a report on him. He said that Sorata claims he came from the future.
I guess there's no hiding that part now. Yes, he insists he is from the year 2015, but he is still only a child. There is little need to take everything he says seriously.
2015? Does he know which 2015?
Huh? What do you mean, which 2015? The one that's still a century in the future.
I assume he traveled back in time. He couldn't have, though. That's impossible.
Of course that is impossible. I know that, but the child insists on it. We play along with it out of kindness to him.
The only possibility I can think of is that he is a survivor of the third cycle of the world.
Third cycle? What on earth do you mean by that? There are no cycles of the world.
Yes, there are. Our world's history is constantly being rewritten. We're on the fourth cycle now.
What? For some reason, my heart started racing. Why does that feel so wrong? You must be joking. Rewriting history is even crazier than the idea of time travel. I cannot calm down. I think that this topic is unsettling me. Try and confuse me with your nonsense all you want, but I will not fall for it.
It's not nearly as impossible as you think. In fact, it's your powers that make it possible.
What?
We've gotten off on a tangent. I'll tell you more about that at the proper time.
This man has knowledge that I do not. There are things that I need to know. I have to make him explain them to me. So, why do I suddenly feel so relieved that he is changing the subject?
The fires of war are spreading. Stopping one skirmish here or there is pointless. The root cause needs to be destroyed. Until that weapons broker is dead, war will never stop. I am developing weapons to use against him, but I have no way to match his manpower. To beat him, I need your barriers. They can stop 3-inch cannon shot and even missiles.
And so you had me captured and brought here.
Yes.
To stop a war.
This cycle should have worked. It should have worked if he hadn't appeared. We would have had scientific advancement and stable peace.
I do not fully understand the details of what he is saying, but stopping war is a good and just thing to do. Knowing that, I can hardly just turn around and leave now. But if he is trying to stop a war, then why did he say he intends to kill the Espers?
If you cooperate with me, I will delay killing the Espers until later. It will still be quite some time before they reach their destination.
What? How can you know how much time it will be before the ship will arrive?
Good question.
Are you going to lie to me again?
Why bother? You wouldn't understand. Trying to explain it to you is a waste of breath.
She already complained about that to you. And to top it off, you insult me.
What else could I expect from someone who is so brainless and compliant she simply goes along with whatever the world says, without question?
It is true that I do not understand. There is much going on that I simply do not comprehend. But I am doing my best to try and learn. The world ordered us to become emissaries to various countries in the world so that we could use our powers to promote peace. We were told that we would first travel to America. However, even after a month in the air, we are no closer to reaching it. At first, I thought it was simply because America was that distant, but I learned that it is not. Treading on uncertain ground, I began speaking slowly, carefully choosing my words. The barbarian's demeanor quickly changed. Where he had been arrogant and condescending a moment ago, he now listened intently to what I said. There were no snide comments or petty insults. He simply listened, looking me right in the eye. That helped. A lot. It allowed me to finally say things I never uttered to anyone else. Let's see. Okay, so I have to say someone was defying the world's orders. That's why. Oh, so I'm making conclusions here. Okay. I think I pretty much know the right decisions, but I'm gonna consult the guide just to make sure. Let's see. We have been flying in circles. We were all traitors to the world. Someone aboard the ship was defying the world's orders. For some unknown reason, they wanted to prevent us from reaching America. That's why we were flying in circles for such a long time. Am I wrong?
Why ask me that?
Who else is here for me to ask? Wait, no. That is not what I meant to ask. The Espers are working to promote peace, and you say you wish to kill them. But you also say you intend to kill a man who is causing wars to bring peace. I cannot reconcile those two different yous in my head.
Oh?
If you happen to be correct, then that means the Espers who truly are trying to use their powers for peace are being manipulated by someone. What is so funny? I was being serious, you know.
I simply hadn't expected you to be someone with enough brains to piece that together is all.
Huh. Did he have to put it that way? It is odd, though. For a brute, he can still smile. He has always been such a stern and insufferable man that I was not sure that he could.
The Norn emits a special signal on board. It is supposed to prevent passengers from thinking about things they aren't supposed to know yet.
Ah, that's what I was thinking. That's why our head was hurting.
It is commendable that you were able to get that close to the truth under those conditions.
The Norn? Do you mean the ship?
Yes, that spheroid ship is officially named the Norn.
A signal that prevents people from thinking about things they are not supposed to know. Something obviously isn't right, but no one is noticing. They're all so oblivious. I almost have to wonder if they've been hypnotized. But was it not working on Sarata? So, Sarata was right. We were, in a way.
Your logic is slightly off, but you did arrive at the correct conclusion. You lot of Espers are in fact being deceived.
By whom? Is it someone aboard the ship?
If you want to learn the truth, then help me kill Shiro Yuiga.
Yuiga?
That's the name of the weapons broker.
He has the same last name as Kakeru. But Kakeru could not possibly have ties to the evil weapons broker, could he?
You know, Mikoto, it's not that you're dumb. You aren't. You're just too eager. Seeing you charge headfirst into everything is painful to watch. Oh, but I'm okay with you the way you are. The easiest ones to manipulate are always the dumb smart guys. I'm sure we'll get along great. The dumb smart guys. What is it? Right. Kakeru is perfectly fine being vile. I must have forgotten about that in the few days that I have not seen him. All right. I guess I might help you. However, in exchange, I want you to tell me everything that you know. That was almost disgustingly obliging of you. I thought you would drag your feet more. I dislike being left in the dark on subjects I must know. I also dislike being deceived. But most of all, I utterly detest war. If there is anything I can do to rid the world of those horrid gun devices, I will gladly do so. Well, excuse me for charging in and giving my all to each problem I face, Kakeru. You will just have to live with it because this is who I am. Besides, if I can bring peace back to everyone,
then the future that Sakuya saw may change as well.
Huh. Well, aren't you the gallant one? I can't say I dislike that type.
I am not doing this out of any particular desire to make you like me.
Huh. No need to worry about that. I don't.
Really? What wonderful news. Now I have a request for you. Would you mind doing me the favor of not coming into my room if you can at all help it?
Why?
Because I do not like having a boorish brute of a man tramping about in my personal space.
Your space? This is my research lab.
Hey, I have a right to this space. You were the one who kidnapped me. You could at least do me the courtesy of giving me some kind of space.
Hey, Natsuhiko, dinner's ready.
Wait, are there more men here besides you? Someone he really doesn't want you to meet. What about women? Are there any other females around here at all?
Relax, we won't do anything to you.
We? So there is more than one of you out there. No, I will not tolerate this.
Natsuhiko, come on. How long am I going to have to wait for you to introduce me?
Good day, noble princess. Lovely raven-haired goddess. I would be honored to get to know you.
Look, we're leaving. Just calm down.
Aww. How can you expect me to trust that you will not do anything to me? Ron is your cohort, correct? Do you have any idea what he did to me? He pushed me off the roof of the ship. You did not order him to do that, did you?
No, I would never.
You made that moving little speech about being an ally of justice and wanting to stop war, but then you told him to shove a lady off a roof.
I said I did not do that.
Really? If I find out that you are lying to me, I will make you regret it.
I do not tell lies.
No! Stay away from me! Is that what you really want?
Why are you acting so frightened?
He is a sadist. Someone who enjoys hurting and humiliating people.
Natsuhiko, I heard a scream a second ago. You okay?
Did you really think he screamed? Oh, that was just his excuse. That's why he's blushing. But still.
Don't tell me you're getting it on in the middle of the day. No fair!
Oh my god. He suspected they might be getting it on and he still busted in. Hey! They're Ron's cohorts. Friends of a vile, horrible sadist. Just get out! Leave, now! No one ever told me that there was more than one man here. I cannot tolerate this. This is unacceptable. Why? I don't really say what the big deal is exactly, but she doesn't know where she is. She doesn't know how big the place is.
Natsuhiko, what'd you do to little Miss Princess in there? Nothing.
Yeah, right. She looked more terrified than a cornered rabbit. She's had those barriers of hers up non-stop. Keeping those barriers up is going to tire her out, right? And she's looking pretty beat. Hey, Miss Princess. I don't do anything that a lady would have to worry about, honest. I'm completely harmless. Except for a little provocation. Oh, right. By the way, I'm Setsu Takishima. The character for my name also reads Yuki. That's a nice non-threatening name, right?
Setsu, pay attention to where you're going.
Come on, Natsuhiko. Call me Yuki, not Setsu. Yuki is a way better, kinder name, don't you think, Miss Princess? I do not have the slightest interest in what you call yourself. Now will you stop blathering on and take me to the battlefield or whatever? Yes, ma'am. He liked that.
You are not to speak to her unless it is absolutely necessary.
Oh, why not? I love girls who are sharp-tongued like that. I totally get off on the abuse. I love Setsu.
Twisted bastard.
Great, and she's getting sick on top of it all. My strength is not returning. I constantly feel lethargic as well. I wonder how everyone else is doing. I hope Koharu and Nanami are well. Sakuya, he is probably livid by this point. Hey, I told you not to come in here.
I have business with you, so there is no other option.
Business? What business?
How are you feeling?
Perfectly fine, of course.
Well then, let's go. Come with me.
Go? Where?
To the battlefield.
A battlefield, the place where war is fought. Once I see one, I will not have any other choice but to believe what that barbarian has told me.
Hey, don't hunch down over there.
Why not? What does it matter to you what I do?
Crouching like that will make you airsick.
I am feeling a little ill. Let's see. I should refuse to do so and make myself nice and sick. But I will not meekly bend to his will, no matter what I am feeling. Airsick? Me? Huh! I would never get airsick on such a tiny little ship as this. Now go away and leave me...
Come here. I'll take you to a spot that does not shake quite as much.
I took his hand and let him pull me up. For a split second, his stoic facade cracked. I caught a glimpse of an odd expression, halfway between annoyance and sadness. After I stood up, he still did not release my hand. Saying nothing, he stared at my arm. What?
Nothing.
My, it really doesn't shake here at all. I ought to thank him.
Ooh, Natsuhiko the gentleman. Wasn't that just so considerate? Oh, don't tell me what I said bothered you. Was that it? I don't want any puke in my ship, that's all.
I would never be so crass as to vomit. You really think you can stop yourself if you're really sick?
Uh-huh. You're as pale as a sheet.
Who would look all rosy and healthy when they are forced to spend time with a brute like you?
Oh, brute. Man, that's got a nice ring to it. We've almost hit the destination, sir.
Our destination was the sky above a large city. We were quite far up, but I could still hear the sounds of battle loud and clear. Wait, this is a city. Why did they choose such a populous area to have a battle?
War happens where the people are. It's that simple.
What?
The aggressor is attacking from the air. They have fighter aircraft. A larger nation, perhaps. Hey, Natsuhiko, it looks like our enemy out there is Shiro Yuiga's personal army. I hear he started contracting out forces, so this is probably one of their new gigs. Huh? Hey, easy, princess. What exactly do you think you're doing? But the explosion stopped. You just set up a barrier, didn't you? Around the entire town. What? Seriously? No way! Stopping one fight means nothing. Protecting this city means this aircraft will fly off and bomb a different one. Quiet, you are distracting me. Hold on, whoa. No pushing yourself in that condition, princess. You'll kill yourself. Come on, Natsuhiko, you tell her. You've got to get her to stop or who knows what'll happen. Can you hold that barrier for 30 minutes? What? We'll shoot down all the fighter craft. You can't be serious. That is the Shiro Yuiga's army out there, you know. Sure, it's not the main army, but still. Much as it pained me, I could tell how many of them there were, just from the attacks hitting my barriers. Well, you better tell the truth, Mikoto. Alright, well anyway, we're gonna have to stop there because we are out of time. Phew, we'll see if she can hold it for a whole 30 minutes or not in the next video. Alright, well I hope to see you in my future videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.